The first time I met Master Ren, he said something that made my skin go cold. "Bring me your fear," he said, in a bowl. I laughed because I thought he was joking. I was 16. I didn't even own a bowl. He didn't laugh back. He just looked at me like he had all day to wait. That's how I ended up at Pine Ridge Zen Center on the edge of town, holding a cheap plastic soup container from a convenience store like it was something important. I didn't come there because I loved peace and quiet. I came because my school counselor was tired of hearing me say, "I don't care," and my mom was tired of watching me rot on my bed with my phone in my face. I was failing 2 classes. I was always tired. My brain felt like a room with 10 TVs on at once. And yeah, I was scared too. Not scared like monster under the bed. Scared like, what if my life is already slipping away and I'm too numb to notice? I didn't tell anyone that part. The Zen Center sat behind a line of tall pines. The building was old wood and stone. It wasn't spooky on purpose, but it had that quiet that makes every sound feel louder than it should, like your own breathing is breaking a rule. A small bell hung by the door. When I rang it, the sound went straight through me. Master Ren opened the door before I could ring again. He was not tall. His robe looked plain and worn. His head was shaved. His face was calm in a way that annoyed me right away. He looked at the container in my hands. "That is a bowl," he said. I held it out. "You said..." I said, "Bring your fear." He tilted his head. "Is it inside?" I stared at him. "No." He nodded like I had just said something smart. "Good, then you can carry it." I didn't get it. That was the whole problem. I never got things like this. He stepped aside and let me in. The inside smelled like wood and tea. A small hallway led to a wider room with mats on the floor. Everything looked simple. No fancy stuff, no bright colors, no screens. My phone buzzed in my pocket. That sound felt wrong in there, like someone swearing in a library. Master Ren pointed to a wooden bench by the wall. "Sit." I sat. The bench was hard. He sat across from me without any rush. He didn't ask my name. He didn't ask about school. He didn't ask what was wrong with me like everyone else did. He just said, "Why are you here?" I almost said, "Because my counselor made me," but something about his face made me stop. So I told him the truth, but only the safe truth. "I can't focus," I said. "My head's a mess." He nodded once. "And the fear?" "What fear?" He looked straight at me. "The fear that you will waste your life." My throat tightened. I hated that he said it out loud. I looked away. Whatever. He didn't push. He stood up and walked to a shelf. He picked up a broom and handed it to me. "Good," he said. "Sweep the hall." I blinked. "That's it?" "That is it." I walked out and started sweeping. At first, I did it like I did everything, fast, sloppy, thinking about 10 other things. My phone buzzed again. I stopped and pulled it out without even thinking. Master Ren's voice came from behind me. "You are leaving," he said. I turned. "I'm just checking." "You left," he said again, calm as ever. "Your body stayed, your mind ran away." That made me mad. It felt too true. I shoved my phone back in my pocket and swept harder. A few minutes later, he came out with 2 small cups of tea. He set one down on the floor near me, like it was normal to drink tea on the floor. He watched me sweep for a while. Then he pointed at one small pile of dust. "You missed that," he said. I looked. It was tiny. "So?" He didn't smile. "That is your life." My chest went hot. "That's dramatic." He said, "No, it's small." That was the first weird thing he said that stuck. I came back the next day, and the next, not because I suddenly loved sweeping, but because every time I left, I felt like my brain got louder again. The Zen Center was the only place where the noise dropped a little. Master Ren didn't talk much. He gave me tasks: sweep, carry water, stack wood, wash cups. Simple things that felt stupid until they didn't.
The scary part didn't start until the fourth visit. It was late afternoon. Gray clouds hung low. The trees around the building moved like they were whispering. I finished carrying water buckets to a small kitchen. My arms hurt. Master Wren stood by the doorway. "Tonight you will stay." My stomach dropped. "Stay here?" "Yes." "Like sleep here?" "Not sleep," he said. "Sit." I stared at him. "Why?" He pointed to my pocket. "Your mind is always running. Tonight you will see where it runs." I should have said no, but I didn't. Maybe I wanted to prove something. Maybe I wanted to scare myself into being normal. I don't know. Master Wren led me to the meditation hall. It was a long room with mats and cushions. The lights were soft. There was a big round bell in the corner. A wooden fish drum sat on a stand. He showed me how to sit on a cushion, legs crossed, back straight. "Hands like this," he said, placing my hands like two bowls, one inside the other. Then he said, "Look at the wall." The wall was plain. "Breathe," he said. "That's it?" "That is it." Then he did something that really threw me. He held out his hand. "Phone." I hesitated. "What if my mom needs?" He said, "If there is a real emergency, the world will find you." That sounded impossible, but I gave it to him. He put my phone inside a small wooden box and latched it. Then he turned the key and put the key in his pocket. My chest got tight right away. My fingers felt empty. My brain reached for that screen like a mouth reaching for water. Master Wren walked to the door. "I will return before dawn," he said. "Wait, you're leaving me alone?" "Yes." I stood up fast. "No, that's not..." He looked at me. "Bring me your fear," he said softly, "in a bowl." Then he left and closed the door. The sound of the latch clicking was louder than it should have been. I stood there, alone, in a quiet room with my phone locked away like it was contraband. At first, nothing happened. I sat, I tried to breathe, my mind jumped around like a bug trapped in a jar. 10 minutes passed, maybe 20. I had no idea because I didn't have my phone. Then I heard a sound, a soft scrape, like a foot on wood. I froze. It came again, slow. Scrape, scrape. I told myself it was the building settling, or a mouse, or the wind. Then I heard a low thump from the far end of the hall. My heart started beating hard. I tried to keep breathing. In, out. Scrape, scrape. It sounded closer. I opened my eyes and looked down the hall. The room was dim. Shadows pooled in the corners. The wall I had been staring at suddenly felt like it was pushing me away. I hated myself for being scared. It felt childish, but my body didn't care what I thought. My hands went cold. Then something moved in the dark. Not fast, not like in a horror movie, just a shift, a shape changing, like a person standing up after sitting still for a long time. My mouth went dry. "Hello?" I said, and my voice came out thin. No answer. The shape moved again. I felt that old fear rise up, the kind that doesn't ask permission, the kind that says, "Run." I stood up. The floor creaked under my feet. The shape stopped moving. I stared, barely breathing. Then I heard another sound, right behind me, a whisper of fabric. I spun around. There was no one, but the air felt different, like someone had just walked past me. I backed up. My legs hit the cushion. I almost fell. My brain started doing what it always does. It made a story. Someone is in here. This is a trap. Master Wren is testing you. Or something else lives here. I hate writing this part because it sounds stupid, but in that moment it didn't feel stupid. It felt real. My eyes kept jumping to every corner. My breathing turned shallow. Then from the corner of the room, the big bell made a sound. Not a full ring, Just a small, thin ting, like something touched it. I almost threw up. I wanted my phone. I wanted light. I wanted a voice. I wanted anything normal. I took a step toward the door, and that's when I saw it. A faint glow under the wooden box where my phone was locked. Just a tiny line of light. My phone screen. My stomach sank. The box was latched. The key was gone. There was no way it could be on. Unless someone else had the key. My hands shook. I walked slowly toward the box, like it might bite me. The glow got brighter. I heard a soft vibration. My phone was buzzing inside the box. I stared at it like it was alive. Then I heard a voice in the room, very close. Stay.